You. We can start the recording live session, right? All right. Okay.
So we are in line.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome everyone to our last live session for this course on design thinking, a primer. I hope you had a fruitful course and you also, I'm sure, have come across the announcement on the workshop that's also going to be there after the exam. Of course, this session is going to be dedicated to the exam for people who are writing the exam and on the exact date and time. I'm sure Sukrat will cover over this. I don't want to take anything else away. So over to you, Sukrat. You want to start the session? Yeah, over to you.
There's a lot of commotion in the office. Just give me 1 minute, I'll change my position.
All right, no worries. No worries. So while Sukrat is getting set up, this session, people who are logged into the Zoom session, feel free to ask us questions at any point of time. And people who are watching this live on YouTube, please do leave it on chat. We'll also monitor that for any questions you may have. The session is going to be in the following manner. We are going to first introduce what the format of the exam is. I don't think we left any questions unanswered from the discussion forum. If there are, then we will cover that as well. And yes, finally, we'll also announce the date of the workshop and how you can register for it if you don't know about it already. Okay, people are watching this as a recorded session. Feel free to ask any questions on the discussion forum if we have missed covering any points. Okay, so hopefully things are quieter at your end. Sukrat, if you can take over from here.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Good evening, everyone. So good evening, everyone. I'm Sukrat. I'm the TA for this course. You might have heard from me before. So we are gathered here today to discuss about generally all your doubts that have been occurring in the course throughout the course related to design thinking. If you have any comments, anything to add or ask, you can definitely raise your hand and we can go ahead with that. We in the previous live sessions, we've covered through the doubts that you guys have raised in the discussion forums and otherwise in the chat box, if in case you had any doubts regarding the videos, the assignments or anything. This live session, we are going to talk about what happens in the exam and what you should expect and how it is supposed to go. So I'll start off right away. We had one of the questions with us, which was, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry to just to reintroduce you to the book that Professor Bala had written. It's called Karmic Design Thinking. This is his own publication. And it is available on Bookspace, Amazon, Flipkart. In case you require the link, you'll be able to find it. We'll be sharing you the link in some time in the chat box. Also, do visit his own website for the blog content because you'll find a lot of your FAQs answered in a very creative manner there. So I would request you to check on that also. And with that, sir, I'd like to begin. Right. So the first question by Rupin that we have is what type of questions will be there, how many marks, and number of questions. So I'll answer that question right away. The exam has been set in terms of MSQs and MCQs, that is multiple choice questions and multiple select questions. You won't have to write anything. There is no numerical also involved. And that is it. So there will be a total of 40 questions, 30 of 1 mark and 10 of 2 marks each. There will all be concept-based questions, and also there will be questions based on specific caselets or small caselets that you can say. So we'll give you situations and we'll ask as to what exactly as a designer should do in this situation, or what exactly while you should do while practicing design thinking given a specific situation. So that is these are the types of question you can expect. It's a fairly easy subject if you've gone through the concepts of design thinking and you know what exactly needs to be done, what are the steps involved, what are the intricacies involved. Won't be a too complicated a question paper, but if you pay attention to it, you'll have fun noticing little quirks in the question paper itself that might make you chuckle. But apart from that, it's going to be an easy paper altogether.
Well, regarding the ease of the question paper, I would say our experience from the past, and this has been from almost 5 years into the from the past, has been that people have finished right on dot at the 1.5 hour mark. Lots of them. That's what we have found from data also. That doesn't mean that the exam is easy or difficult. It, of course, becomes easy if you've been keeping yourself updated on what the video content, the lecture content is, and you've also looked at the workshop content as well. One very neat hack that students, like learners like yourselves, have shared with us is read through the transcripts, particularly the lecture transcripts. Lots of questions seem to be based on that. I'm quoting verbatim. I'm not saying it from my side. This is what people have told us, that transcripts is definitely a great way to browse through what you have learned from the course. Also, of course, the book, if you have a copy for it yourself, then that also helps. And if you have any questions at all at any point of time, please do let us know. If something that's not clear, even after this, or you're browsing through the transcript, watching the video at 1.5x or whatever, and you're not able to grasp something, please do let us know. We will make sure that one of us definitely answers the question. So with regards to the caselets, Sukrat mentioned something about something called a caselet. A caselet, we will probably have an example. If I'm not wrong, we usually cover an example in this session. We write a paragraph on a situation, a design thinking situation. Either you are one of the customers, usually you are a design thinking consultant looking at the situation, and you should answer the questions. All of them are multiple choice or multiple select. You put yourself into the role of a design thinking consultant, which means that you are applying design thinking for somebody else, and you will have to answer those questions. So that's what the caselet is all about. The first set of questions, the 30-odd questions that Sukrat mentioned, are all based on videos, purely on a recall basis. What are some concepts that you have learned? Those are not application ones. The application ones are the caselets, which we will test you to find out how well can you apply it in the real world. That's and very, very relatable. You don't have to know technical knowledge. You don't have to punch in numbers, key in numbers, nothing of that sort. If you understood the concept, you will get those questions also. Okay. I thought I would add that to what Sukrat already said. Thanks, Sukrat.
So this is the second caselet that we have if you want to run them through an example of what you just said.
Sure. So the sample caselet is the quirky cafe. So Sukrat is fond of two things here. One is quirkiness and cafe. Both of them are in the same question. Amazing. So the Quirky Cafe is a popular coffee shop known for its innovative and funny themed decor. They have decided to redesign their entire cafe to enhance customer experience and attract more visitors. The cafe owner believes that embracing karmic design thinking principles will help them achieve their goals. Question 1. In the context of redesigning the Quirky Cafe, which phase of the design thinking process should the cafe owner prioritize to understand their customers' needs and preferences better? A. Prototype. B. Empathize. C. Test. D. Exit the live session immediately when Prof. Pala poses this question. Okay, that was a quirky option. All right. So think this will be a typical caselet. This is not going to come for your exam by no means. We have this, so don't get your hopes up. This is a sample question that you may see something similar to this is what you will see in your final exam. So you obviously know, you can guess what the answer is, but we're not going to give that either. So this is a typical and there may be many questions based on this one caselet. This is just illustrating that this is just one question, but in the exam you will have multiple questions based on one case like this from the top. Like you can see, this whole case is one case, and you will have question one, and then followed by another question, and so on and so forth. So that's how it's going to work.
Right. Should I skip to the next one, sir, then?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. This is the basic, I mean, that was the only caselet that we had for an example. There have been questions and comments about people missing assignments and what is the criteria to get the basic certificate. So as written on the screen, you will have to have an average score of 25% of, and this is best 3 out of 4 total assignments given to you in the course, as well as you will have to score 75% at least in the proctored examination that happens at the end of the term, that will be approaching pretty soon. So, and the final score will be calculated on the basis of both the average assignment score plus whatever you score in the exam. And if the score is more than 40, is when you get the final certificate. So that is the only criteria that we have, sir.
Yeah, this is already on the website, but still it's an often asked question. So we have put this up because it helps you. So that if you have attempted at least if you have attempted 3 assignments and your score happens to be above the criteria of 10, your 30 marks will be converted to 25. First of all, if you have attempted only 3, okay, that 30 will be converted to out of 25. Whatever the score is, if it is beyond 10, then definitely your and of course in combination with the exam score, you will get your certificate. If you have not made it, then you will not. So that's how it is. If you've taken 4 assignments, all 4 of them, then the system picks the best 3 of your assignments and converts those 30 marks into 25 out of 25, and the 10 is again the bare minimum. In the exam, however, even though again this is may be a bit confusing, is the total marks is out of 50. That will be converted to out of 75. This is NPTEL wide. This is not us making these rules. This is NPTEL wide. This is how it. If you have taken other NPTEL courses, you know this to be true. Those 50 marks are converted into 75, and if you got more than 30 of that, plus whatever your assignment score is, and it happens to be more than 10, then you get your final certificate. So that's how the calculation goes. Now, if you've done only 2 assignments or 1 assignment, unfortunately, it does not qualify. It makes you disqualified for even if you score 75 and 75 in the final, and if you haven't got the assignment score about 10, it doesn't unfortunately count. So that's how the rules are. We don't make it; we just follow it. So we're just making it known to you that this is the case. Okay, Sukrat.
Thank you, sir. So skipping from this slide, questions, and after the questions we've addressed, we'll touch upon the KDT workshop. So if anybody has questions, they can unmute themselves or put them in the chat box, and we'll be addressing them. And Bala sir, if you just give me 5 minutes, I'm being called in the office somewhere else. So if you can handle questions for 5 minutes, I'll be back.
Yes, yes, we will see. Okay. If anybody has a question, this would be a great time to ask them.
Please ask.
Yes, Dr. Pratima, please.
So actually, after the last second live interactive session, I was thinking, if it all we get a chance, I thought what I have done, I would like to share.
Please,
in form of a
please.
case study.
If I may, seek your permission, we'd like to clear all the exam-related questions first before we get on to that. We'll definitely give you your time. I just want to make sure, because this is totally focused on exams. We're going to focus on that. If that's okay with you, Dr. Pratima.
Perfectly fine.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, definitely.
In exam part also, sometimes do we expect questions in which we have to really remember somebody's names and all that? I mean, like, maybe I'm just asking. So that becomes very tricky, and suddenly, chances of losing also is high. I'm just asking, sir. And that blues level 1 remembering. Understanding to higher is still better. I'm just asking from that perspective.
Okay. So the names of participants, like in the workshop, those won't be asked for sure. We know that's, there were so many people in that recording that we may not ask you those names. However, if there are other names that we have taken, you may get a question. In the past, we have asked questions on, who's the one who's solving the copper corrosion issue, for example. I don't think that's a very strictly design thinking stuff. But if it is relevant, we may ask you that. But no other name recall questions. There will be recall-based questions. I'm meaning that recall, as in the concept level recall, we'll definitely ask. That's in the first set of questions. Some conflict recall, maybe what were they trying to do? Those kind of questions we may ask you. But however, names, I don't think, because it's not relevant to design thinking per se, we may not ask you those questions.
Fine, thank you.
Back.
Okay. Any other questions, folks, regarding the exam, the pattern, anything else? Any butterflies in your tummy, and you want to clarify that?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
My doubt is that in a question, will it be mentioned that the question is having multiple options or single option like that?
Yes, sir. It'll be mentioned there. So if it is an MSQ, one thing you will see is that there are square check boxes. Apart from that, it'll also have written check all that apply. So it will be mentioned very clearly. If it is an MCQ, you'll anyway find radio buttons like the gold round ones. And that's it. So you'll be able to select only one. So that will be a given thing in the question paper as it is. It'll have within brackets, it'll have check all that apply wherever it applies.
Yeah.
And is there a distribution of these types of questions, like 10% these and 20% these, like
Not
that?
as such, no.
No. Earlier, I think once or twice, inadvertently, without our knowledge, we marked the question as multiple select, but there was only one right answer. That's a cheap trick. We don't usually do that. But there have been some instances in the past where we have not noticed that, and it has come out that way. However, usually, like what we have made sure, we are all humans, of course. It may slip us, but there are multiple sets of eyes looking at the question paper before it is launched. Where we do, if there is a multi-select one, you will notice that the type of boxes that are there, radio boxes or check boxes, the size will be the shape of the boxes for selection will be a square if there are multiple select option, and it will be a round, which is called the radio button. It will be just for one selection. So that is one. And the second is, of course, like what Sukrat said, you will have a check all that apply at the end, just similar to your assignments. Assignments also, there were a few multiple select questions also. Very, very similar to that. You will find the case even in your question paper.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Any other questions, folks, related to exams, hall ticket, exam centers? Yeah.
So the toughness level will be like the assignment level, or it will be tough.
I can't hear you for some reason. I don't know if it may be my connection or if you maybe perhaps come closer to the microphone. Yes, please, Mr. Rahul. So Rahul, can you hear us?
The toughness level be beyond assignments or not?
No. Before that, there's another question. How
I
do
think
we
that
get the hall tickets?
Yeah.
Okay. Sukrat, you are the best person amongst our midst to answer that. Do you know?
It'll be mailed to them. Also, they'll be able to see it on the Swayam portal where they've registered.
Okay.
So I think 2 weeks before the exam, the question, the hall ticket is available.
Okay.
Yeah. This was my first question, not other.
Yeah.
We can address the other one also. The toughness
Yes.
level will be beyond assignments or not. The toughness level will really depend on how thorough you are with the concepts. It's mostly conceptual and application based. The only thing that will bother you is the time. So if you can read fast and if you can think fast, that the exam will not be as difficult. But apart from that, I don't think the toughness level varies from the assignments. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah. By toughness, it's the level of in the caselets that we showed to you prior to this. You will see an application of all the things that you learned. Now, this may be tough for a few people, meaning that we have only asked you recall so far in assignments. There have been no case questions. But in the final exam, you will have those case questions. So where you put yourself into design thinking, wearing a design thinking hat, and we'll give you a simple situation, relatable. It won't be very highly technical. It will be very relatable. And you will have to find out finding out, what will a design thinker do in this case? You saw an example there, right? So somebody is trying to redesign a cafe and they have to find customer needs. Okay, you will have to figure out, where does that fall? So if you paid attention in the entire video, a set of videos, you will know the answer immediately. So that's not a typical question, but those are the kind of questions what we mean by case questions, case-based questions. Okay, so he's happy with the answer. Anyone else with any other questions?
Don't see any on the chat box.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Please.
Sure, please.
If I have submitted only 2 assignments out of 4 and still have scored 10 out of 25, is that fine?
Okay, Sukrat, we have to go back to that slide.
Yeah, I'll do that, sir. Yeah, so the average should be best 3 out of 4. So if that gives you 20 out of 40, I think that should work, sir. I think
I think you have to have taken at least 3
assignments. You have to submit.
That's a criteria that they have. If you have taken it only 2 assignments, then unfortunately it does not count.
So even if I score 30 out of 75 in the written exam, the final exam, I will not get a certificate, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
If I can add, actually the assignments are of 100 points. So 3 assignments means for Mr. Ranganathan, it will be, suppose whatever he scored X plus Y, which he has already taken, and his Z is 0. So it will be average of X plus Y plus Z. He may easily get more than 25%. The 10 marks, if at all he gets. For example, if he has got 90 and plus 0, because third he has not taken. So it becomes 180 by 300. For us, it could be 270 by 300. So that should come equivalent to 10 marks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mr.
Eligible. So it
Ranganathan,
depends upon his score.
yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Dr. Pratima. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the case. Like what Dr. Pratima says, perhaps if you haven't taken the third one, is it assumed to be a 0? I am
Zero.
not 100%
Because sir,
sure.
in our progress report, it is written 0. He can check. Third and fourth, it will be
Okay.
0, 0. So it is
Okay,
automatically
okay.
valued.
So if you, I really have to check this and let you know. Sukrat, are you sure about the this average thing? Best 3?
So this is the no, irrespective. I mean, even if they've given best 3, I think they're just calculating scores. So if the best 3 is giving an above an average of 25%, then I think it should work.
Yeah.
I'm not very sure though.
Yeah,
I
may I
can go
request
ask and
this
check.
from Mr. Ranganathan? Can you please post this on the discussion forum, because
Sure.
there are people who know this better than the both of us.
Okay.
About how this is calculated and how your certificate is counted.
I'll do that. Thank you very much.
Okay, that will be helpful, because there is a person who is very knowledgeable. He will answer, and that way you'll be sure.
Okay.
Yeah, this
Not an
I'm not 100% sure. All I know
I
is
understood.
you have to get 10 out of 25 at least. This much I know. But is it
Yeah,
based on
correct.
the assignments you've taken? And best 3 also I know. But does that mean if you've skipped one, does that mean it counts as 0, or does it not count at all? I am not 100% sure on that.
Okay, not an issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. Any other questions, folks? I think these are all very pertinent, relevant questions.
If not, we can talk about the KDT workshop that is happening.
Yes. Okay. The last agenda item would be this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is a workshop that we are hosting between October 4 to October 6. The timings for which will be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It'll be a hands-on plus case-based workshop in which you can actually apply the design thinking concepts that you have learned. It will be guided by both the course instructor, teaching assistants, as well as Professor Bala himself. And we'll be running through whatever we've learned in the design thinking course, this course, as well as trying to collaborate with a specific team, brainstorm on ideas, bulletproof our ideas, and present our solutions. So it's going to be a 3-day constant thing where we will be constantly in touch, and we'll be practicing whatever we've learned all throughout these past 4 weeks. And we can apply these in real life. We can probably strengthen our concepts of design thinking by actually applying it. If you want to apply for this specific workshop, the details are present in the discussion forum. We shall find it and share you the link for it also. You can also find it on the Swayam website for registering on the workshop. So if anybody is interested or wants to ask questions about it, you can definitely go ahead and ask that. Yeah, that's it. Sir, if you want to say something, please go ahead.
Sure. So we've always believed in the application of the principles of design thinking in real life. So we have learned it, Sukrat, Shyam and I have learned it, and Siddharth and co in the online course, the video recordings, have applied it in real life and learned from it. And that's what we also will facilitate in this workshop. This workshop is going to be focused on applying whatever is it that you've learned in the course. So in the course, unfortunately, we can't make you work on a project, or that's left up to you, like what Dr. Pratima is going to show us in the latter part of this session. You can take it up and run with it and tell us how you've done it. But that's entirely optional. It is up to you. Here in this workshop, we will make teams out of whoever is registered and who is participating. And we will make you work on a specific case that you and your teammates are interested in working on. It will be real we go through the same four cases that four phases that you've gone through: the empathize, analyze, solve, and test. And at the last day, typically we have plenty of prototypes of real world problems that are solved. So we really look forward to meeting each one of you there in this workshop. And we have learned quite a lot from all of you. People who are experts in several domains actually participate in this kind of workshops. Who have actually become collaborators later on. There are several cases of people who have registered for a workshop, and later we've actually continued the association. So I look forward to this. Hopefully you're excited about this workshop as much as I am. So register. We have a cap limit on the upper limit, unfortunately, of 40. That's all we can handle at one time. And this is all online, so you can be anywhere in the world actually and participate in this. India time, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. is when we have this workshop on October 4th to 6th. The link, I believe, is already come out as an announcement. If you have trouble accessing link or finding the link, drop a line in the discussion forum and we'll reply with the link for you to register. Okay. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this workshop and meeting each of you there.
I think weekdays. Will it be possible to have it on weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Unfortunately, these are the times that I am available. So yes, we looked at several possibilities and we finally this is planned quite a while in advance. So this is the date we could come up with, given all our pre-agreed appointments. This is the dates that we could come with. Yes, but thank you for that request. We will consider it next time possibly, but not this one.
And I understand it's a paid workshop.
There is a nominal fee. I think most of it is returned back to you once you finish the the workshop. If you've attended it and you've successfully completed it, we don't have any evaluations in the workshop. I think it's you show up, you work, and we give you and we see some class participation. It's not about logging in and leaving it on and moving away. That has happened. It may sound funny, but it's happened. So we will make sure that people who have participated get a certificate, and you get most of the stuff refunded
back. So like I think the registration fee is 1,000 rupees, and once you are done with the entire workshop, you get 800 rupees as a refund along with the certificate.
Yes, this is what I remember. Yeah.
So essentially, you're just spending 200 rupees for a 3-day workshop with us.
Yeah.
What he was on 4th, the pre-commitment work. That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Yes. We understand, but we'll have your just keep your eyes and ears open for the subsequent workshops. Also, we will have more, but not in this semester, but maybe in the next one. We keep having this.
Who registered in this semester will be eligible to
participate.
Oh
yes. All alumni, even for this, not only people from this cohort are can apply. Anybody who has ever registered, not even for the exam, if you have registered for the course, you are eligible to apply for this workshop. That's we want your course to be supplemented with a practical workshop. That's our main intention. Sukrat, we are pretty much done for the day, I guess. Oh, there is some question here.
Will it be like a project paper something? So no, it won't be like a project or a paper. It will be a hands-on activity that you'll be doing. So in the first bit of every day, we'll be talking about the concepts of design thinking, what to do and how to do it. And you will also be given a specific caselet or a case study or a situation in which you'll have to apply design thinking. That along with a specific set of modules that you will be applying the concepts that you've learned, like how geometries and multivise and how exactly to document them, that will be provided to you. What you have to do is apply all the 4 stages across the 3 days, EAST. You'll be applying, you'll be recognizing what the problem is, defining it properly, thinking on solutions, doing a lot of collaborative work with your teammates, and at the end, presenting your solution to your teammates and the rest of the people who are present in the meeting. So it will be hands-on activity for 3 days, not too strenuous, but fun to do, in fact, yeah.
Yeah, in the past, at least the last cohort, we had one person who took up this app prototype that they built, and now it's very serious. It's become an app which is targeting users of what they were working on in the workshop itself. So this is something that's definitely possible. We are happy to collaborate even beyond this workshop. So use it as a sort of launching pad, trial lab with our support. Sham, Sukrat, and I have been doing this for last 2-3 years now. Even during the pandemic, we got a few workshops done, and there have been some good results coming out of this. We have met very good, interesting collaborators out of this this workshop, and people have come back and told us that this workshop really helped them a lot. So, yeah, that's what is there. Yeah, if you want to bring your own project, also please do so. I mean, whatever the domain is, design thinking is applicable in every domain. You are the domain expert, so bring it. Feel free to bring that case also for the workshop. We'll be happy to sort of have that and share it with other team members, and you can work on that during those 3 days. Yeah. All right. So I think that's pretty much the time for questions we've had. We've had Dr. Pratima on hold for a while. She's very excited to share her work and how she has applied design thinking. Please, Dr. Pratima, it's your limelight now. You're in the limelight now.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, firstly. Actually, it was just the other way around. We had done something, and then now I am putting under the same terminology of design thinking.
Okay.
I thought such an able person like you is there, so I just really thought that I'll share, and so you can give critical comments. That's the objective.
Please.
I wanted to take a few minutes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
With your permission, can I share the screen? Just two slides which to show you the design.
Sure, I'm sure you can. Can
it is allowing. So I just.
It is allowing. No, go ahead. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, this was it. It was a part of our BTech project only in biotechnology. And this comes under that how exactly the challenge which we have in Indian system, particularly, that food safety always is tough, especially when it comes to community food, including temple prasadam, or where a huge number of people can eat together. And whenever it comes that that food is safe or not, especially if it's cooked a little early, and then now we are having, or while traveling. So we are a little perplexed because for us, food testing is in the lab, which takes minimum 24 hours. But food is something very typical that we want to have it right then. So that was a challenge, and then we have taken it, and we wanted to bring it in a very simple, non-technically, like people who are not from the subject also can be able to easily use it. So certainly which comes like from science to society, something like that. So that testing kit we wanted to develop. And obviously there are a lot of work, but somewhere to make it very low cost, yet affordable technology, we could find a multiplex system. Again, that is a little technical, but the purpose is that human food pathogens, as per WHO, are 6. So at least 3 we could take and try testing them, whether they're present or not. So it becomes qualitative, whether they are present or not in the given food sample. A food can be a liquid, like a curry, a heterogeneous curry, or very dry, like a powder, or completely homogeneous beverage, like any kind of, what we say, milk-based or otherwise, or very little colloidal juices, or completely dry, chunky. So we have made a system that where we can make it uniformly able to process it and test it. So the purpose here is that can we really go ahead? So we thought this problem of safety and non-availability of detection at consumer's end can be addressed too. So that was our problem statement. And we empathized with the absolutely absence of any such kit presently in the market. So another thing, in Indians, we have psychology, perhaps being a developing nation also, that cost is very important for us, even if it comes to our safety or health. So cost effectiveness was another third dimension which we picked up, with that somewhere novelty must come because we wanted a patent out of it. That was also a hidden agenda because there was a lot was going inside the whole work. So these four aspects which we took together, and a couple of investigations were made in terms of how it will work, some testings and all, in terms of not the prototype testing first, but overall how exactly this can be taken care. Sir,
Dr.
till
Pratima,
here,
a
please.
quick interruption. Sorry to interrupt you, but this is already patented. It's what you're going to reveal is already protected.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, got it.
The patent is in the hand.
Just making sure.
months
Just
back.
making sure. Okay.
Thank you. So nice of you. In fact, I myself was going to ask till here, am I clear or should I go slow or fast? Can you please tell?
No, I'm waiting for what are the features. Please.
Yes. Great. So these with these four objectives and the problem statements and a lot of feeling that yes, people must get from all sections must get some testing kit was the whole aspect, and certainly biosensor based. So the same with design thinking. So here the terms which we work like I have brought this just right some days back, that empathy was enough. Yes, true. But definition of the problem also was these four, and ideation kept on happening, coming with the solving objectives all in one go. And this we could develop the prototype, which is in front of us in these two diagrams. Where very simple. This is a prototype, not at all very good to look at. Affordable costs, especially for the community section, only 800 rupees Indian rupees, including the multimeter which is housed. And some basic reagents, which certainly we have revealed in the patent, and somewhere testing. And we give a very simplified instructions to the consumers who we assume that they do hardly know. And right on there in English, eventually in multiple regional languages also was the plan. This is the first prototype I'm trying to show. So these are our area. This right hand side of our the terms which are very much close to our you can say terminology. So these are here, and we were trying to show to do it, and we could do it also. So some testing were done, some JIC was designed. Absolutely, it became multidisciplinary from biotechnology to food technology and mechanical engineering with electrical engineering, all these four words together. And finally, we could do some
ITO stands for titanium oxide, something.
Exactly, sir. Exactly. Titanium oxide.
Okay.
So there's a small etching was done so that we make a very small furrow and we could hold the sample and test it. So this is testing happening on the ITO plates, etched plates. And this was something, the testing is done because of the resistivity of the organisms which are present, and it could take only 6 minutes. Unlike it takes minimum 6 to 8 hours in the lab, or in traditional lab will take 24 hours. Reporting time is separate. So here we inform the customers that this is what is there and how they can hold the sample, they can process it and read it, whether the organism, the pathogen is present or not. If they are more in number, the reading will go higher. If they are less in number, then the control, the reading will be lower. So we just made it just like color coding, but here it is numeric, like that we could do. I felt when I was registered for your course, sir, in fact, in general, we do speak of design thinking, but after coming to this course, I really felt very systematically when these 4 weeks went, I really felt that can I just take a forum to share this part of the work? And this is what our patent could come. A couple of months back, we could get it. It was granted. There were a lot of challenges. There were two rounds of opposition also, but glad we could work out in terms of its making it get granted. And I'm happy. The smile on my face is because this was, sometimes we get some very bright students in ordinary colleges. If I'm saying ordinary, but in respect to IITM. Well, so sometimes it becomes a very beautiful part on the teachers that can be really push their excellence much higher, what potential they have. So I'm happy to share my patent holder here, as you can see, is Malavika, and she is the VTU, our Vishveshwaraya Technological University of Karnataka. And today is Sir MV's birthday as well. So we celebrate Engineers Day on his birthday. And she is the gold medalist from that university. So at the whole state level, and we could really do it. So why I brought it here, when I just dissect it now in the same, those kind of 5 steps, or your 4 steps, I do see it commonality quite a much. This is what I thought of sharing, sir. Your comments now.
First of all, amazing work by you and your student, and thank you so much for sharing this work with us. This means a lot for us. You said that you didn't apply design thinking to start with, but now you're thinking about it. I don't think so, because I think it is always ingrained in all of us. This is a very natural way to think about what the requirements are from a customer point of view. This is you do it anyway. We just formally calling it these steps, and those are meant to guide you in case you get stuck in one place. What is the next step? In order to help you with that is what these steps are. So we don't have to get hung up on the steps. So brilliant work. I really loved it.
Thanks a lot.
So I think that one of the key things or key factors in your when you say cost and you say 800, what you had in mind was the simplicity of the setup. So you could have easily made it very, very complicated. Lab testing on a small scale means that people try to take a larger equipment and try to scale it down to do that. But you didn't go with that. You started from the other end, which was start with simple components and then see how can we put all of that together and still work with the final output. So that is one part. The second is the fact that you also kept time in mind, that here's a process which takes 24 hours and how can we reduce it down. So all this was very nicely done. In fact, one of the they say that one of the key reasons why or how the supercomputer was invented was that it used to take 24 hours to predict the weather of the next day.
Oh.
By the time it's already next day. So they said we need a faster computer in order to predict weather. So, and that was the birth of supercomputers. I'm sure your food pathogen testing it goes a long way in addressing the problem of food safety for all of us around the globe. So, which brings me to the next question, and my logical suggestion to you also is design thinking, when you do it one iteration, is just one iteration. It is about doing having an iterative approach at a process level. So my suggestion would be to take this testing. You've done it independently. Can you do it with critical users? Start there. If you're having trouble, because this can be applicable for anybody, can we start with critical users, which means that this analysis result is extremely important for this user. I would recommend that you select those people and run the test with them and see how is it that they are able to use or not use. Maybe both are fine, and note that down. Now we are empathizing again. That's the iterative way in which you can learn more about the product and how to make it even. We think that using this multimeter is easy, right? So when we take it to the field, it is easy. I'm not taking anything away from the beauty of your solution. I'm saying that's what our assumption is. When you take it to the field, perhaps it may be a bit difficult for them. That's an insight. I'm straight away thinking about that could be an insight that you will get. More like that is what we are aiming for, hoping for.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Actually, exactly.
Sure,
what he just narrated in the last 2 lines, because same apprehension even I had. So I'm collaborating with the Tata Institute of Genomics and Society, because one of their mandate is to bring technology to society.
Okay.
So they are helping us out in getting it manufactured. Also, right now we have made it. Now it has to be manufactured, at least to a pilot scale. Then further, if things go fine. And we have done 3 pathogens in a medical college was required. Where we have biosafety level 1, 2. And generally engineering colleges work with biosafety level 1. We had limitations there. So we had to shift our part of the work to an incubator where level 2 can be maintained as per the protocol of the health and our own safety, because we were working with pathogens.
Right.
Then, yes, so they have, Tata has, and again, being in Bangalore, that advantage we have. So now we are in this state of redesigning it for that pilot scale so that we can see, this kit can see the day of its light, what the whole concept was derived at.
Superb. So feel free to reach out to us also if you
Yes,
think you
yes.
need my help or Shyam
would,
or Sukrat's help.
yes.
We'll be more than happy to see how to help you in any which way. This is a
Wonderful.
very
Thank you.
exciting project, and I think it's very, very relevant, given how we need to be, particularly in these critical cases that I was talking about. It is very, very, very important to have this kind of a kit. I think you're working in the with the right people and in the right direction.
Thank you.
If at all anything we can help, please let us know.
Exactly. I would. I have that's why I connected with you on LinkedIn as well. I would do that.
Please do reach out to us. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing this with us also. This is
Once again, sir, the experience has been very good. I must say, because I'm meeting you directly right now. So I really once again wanted to say.
sure.
Sukrat, you also very responsible. It goes very fine, really. Professor Ashwin, we missed meeting him. I was thinking sir will be there today. Fine.
Yeah, sure. I'll convey to Ashwin, Professor
Please.
Ashwin also. Yes, definitely. Definitely.
As I mentioned, sir, I launched courses under NPTEL Plus with Karthik, who is in mechanical department in IIT.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it went very fine. So we are also going to repeat it now. Shortly.
Okay.
We did in July.
I see. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks a
you.
lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sukrat, I guess we can call it a day. We're done with all the questions, I suppose.
Yes, sir. I think we can go ahead.
Okay. All right. So thanks everyone for participating in this live session to clear exam queries. And we had a bonus of Dr. Pratima sharing with us her work and her students' work. Amazing stuff. So thanks a lot. And we will all the best for your exams. And please do, there is still some time. So if you still have some queries, please do let us know via email or via the discussion forum. We'll be happy to answer those. Okay. Take care, and thanks Sukrat and the NPTEL team for making this happen.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thanks.
Sukrat.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
everyone.
Thank you.
Good evening. Bye.